Welcome back, good people, to another episode of my interpretation of the situation. It's your man, Pastor Cavassier. Thank you very much. Y'all simmer down. We're going to go right into the episode. The hot topic that I'm seeing all over the internet, all over social media, especially on TikTok, is what do women bring to the table? Okay, why is that even a discussion nowadays? It's weird to me that a lot of these young people are asking that question. I was on Google to find something more definite about what women should bring to the table as far as relationships, and this is what I found. The most important thing a woman can bring to the table in a marriage is her real, undiluted, sincere love and loyalty and passion. Her ability to support when you're down and out. Her ability to give you solace in difficult times. Some people may have to look up solace. I'm probably one of them. But that's what Google said as far as the important things that a woman can bring to the table in a marriage. Sounds good. Now, there's 7 things that I found, unique qualities women bring to relationships. Those 7 things are empathy, gut feelings, endurance, nurturing, support, beauty, and humility. We're going to break it down because without being broke down, we are like blind mules wandering lost in the desert. Thank you. Number 1, empathy. Now, we as men, we don't like to ask for emotional help. We feel like ain't nobody really trying to hear what we got to say, how we feel about a certain thing, so we just keep it to ourselves. That is the issue with a lot of us. But if you have a woman that's full of empathy, there we go. She knows that something is wrong. They'll sense it, and they'll step in, and they make the problem a little better, or make it go away altogether. At least make you feel better about whatever it is that you're dealing with. The second thing, gut feelings. Let me tell you something about that woman's intuition. I was in law enforcement for 10 years, and I always said women's intuition should be allowed in the court of law. That is a great defense that they have that God gave to them. And it can be used to our benefit. So there's a big decision that you have to make, or some important decision that you have to make, right? A big purchase that you got to take on, and you have her with you. If she has a funny feeling about that, listen to her. Because if she's your woman, she has your best interest at heart. Sometimes women make the best partners because of that intuition. The third one, endurance. There's a term that we like to throw around. It's called man sick. Man sick is regular sick. Just when men are sick, we just overdo it. A cold or a sinus infection to a man and a woman are 2 different things. Men get sick and we shut down. I have the whole family at our beck and call. A woman can get sick with the same ailment and go to work and greet people with a smile and able to come home sick as the man is and do everything that she needs to do in the house. Now, when you think about endurance, think childbirth. There's no way a man can go through childbirth. No way. I don't even like to get shots. Right? Now, the joke that I like to tell is the baby/balls joke. And here's the joke. Or here's the discussion that you have with a woman, especially if she has kids. You ask her, what hurts worse? Having a baby or getting kicked in the balls? She's going to say having a baby because there's no worse pain than having a baby. You're right on the brink of death every time you give birth to a child. Having a baby is the worst pain you can go through. It's a whole lot worse than getting kicked in the balls. Okay, ma'am, how many children do you have? And if she has more than one child, she'll tell you 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever the number is. Okay, so after that first one, you decided to have another child, correct? Yes. Okay. Now, as a man, if I get kicked in the balls one time, I'm not going to suggest or agree to getting kicked in the balls again. So getting kicked in the balls hurts a whole lot worse than having a baby. But the fact that they are willing to go through that more than once is a testament to their endurance. The fourth thing is nurturing. Women are natural nurturers. If she's in tune, she loves you. She knows when something is wrong. She knows how to make that all right. Okay, like my wife, I was in here recording earlier, and without me having to ask her, or not without me even thinking about it, she brought my shoes in here to me because I was in here in my socks. We having a cold night tonight, and she came in and she brought my Crocs. That is a nurturing quality, to think, what does he need right now? How can I make what he's going through right now a little bit better? I can bring him his shoes. That is nurturing. She sees what needs to be done, and she does it. The fifth thing is support. Her bringing my shoes, that's supportive. She knows that I'm in here trying to record this podcast, and she's telling the kids, be quiet, your dad is recording. Because we as men, we just want someone to have our back. And women are great supporters. And another thing, if I made a great accomplishment, I did something that's real good, one thing I love is to tell her about it and get that proverbial pat on the back. That's good. That's that support that I like. And it pushes me to do more because I know I have that support at home. The sixth thing is beauty. Of course, beauty on sight. Women are blessed with curves that entice us and tempt us and that we're naturally attracted to. But more so than just that physical beauty, that beauty on sight. Women have the tendency to want to make their environment beautiful. You ever heard of a woman's touch? When a woman is comfortable, she tends to want to make her environment, her surroundings, beautiful. There's a difference between a woman's touch and just a plain old bachelor pad. They both may be good looking, but that woman's touch will stand out. And the seventh thing, humility. Women set their own personal needs aside to support their partners. My wife stayed home, raised children, so that I would have to worry about if these daycares are doing bad things to my children, molesting my children, mistreating my children, and overcharging me to boot. She stayed home, and I could go to work knowing that my children were getting off the bus, coming in the house to a good after-school snack, getting a meal, and in their own environment, their own safe space. Those 7 things are what women bring to the table in a relationship or a marriage. Now, when it comes to the man, it says he should possess good qualities like love, patience, integrity, flexibility, and faithfulness. He should also be able to completely take care of himself financially. He should live in his own house and be able to pay his bills. He should know how to do laundry and cook. A lot of that is preparation by the mother. Now, the 4 roles he should embrace as a family man, what this man should bring to the table. 1, provider. 2, protector. 3, leader. And 4, teacher. Again, I gotta break it down. You know why? If I don't break it down, we're like blind mules wandering lost in the desert. Oh yeah, you already know. So, first thing, a provider. When you say provider, it's not just financially. However, being able to provide for your family financially is very important. But you also have to contribute to the emotional, spiritual, physical, and mental well-being of your wife and your children. The second thing is protector. When you say protector, not just physically protective, not just somebody says something slick to your wife and you punch them in the nose. However, that is very important because they have to feel safe around you. But it's not just a physical thing. Protecting also means protecting the self-esteem and self-worth of your wife and your children. They have to feel important. They have to feel worthy. And it also means protecting your way of life and your family values. Let nothing encroach on how you raise your family, on the values that you have. Media, outside friends, nothing. No one can tell you how you should raise your family. No one can tell you what you believe in. You protect that. The third thing is a leader. A man should take the lead. It's a joke that Kevin Hart told on one of his stand-ups. A man and a woman on a date, and they're in a movie theater. Excuse me, I had to drink some water. And a fire breaks out. And fire marshals come in, and they're making sure people get to safety. That woman that you're with is not going to look at the fire marshal. She's going to look at you. Now, it's up to you as a protector and a leader to get her out of there safely. Now, as a leader, you are also to create the life that you want for your family to have, because you get what you give. And the fourth thing is a teacher. You teach more with your behavior than with your words. Words do matter, but deeds matter more. You got to set high standards and be what you want your children to be. And that woman sees that, and she appreciates that. Now, back to that question. What do you bring to the table? The question that women ask, that men ask women. And I'm noticing a lot of these questions. A lot of this is asked among black men and women. This whole debate. And when you hear that question, what do you bring to the table? It sounds a lot like an interview for hired help. A slave, if you will. And I'm willing to guarantee that's not a question you'd ask when you meet with a woman. I met my wife in 1996. 20 years old. A whole lifetime ago, literally. And I can't imagine asking her, okay, what do you bring to the table? First of all, it's because I didn't have my stuff together. You know. But even if you do have your stuff together, what kind of question is that to ask? Because if you have it in you to ask that question, you have a predetermined answer. So she's not going to get it right. If she talks about her accomplishments, you know, I got a degree. I know I got money. I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I can watch your kids. I can do all that. I got money. I can cook. I can clean. I can watch kids. I ain't worried about your degree. Your degree ain't gonna do nothing for me. You know, so what do you bring to the table? Because his preset answer is sex. That's all you're good for, is sex. So if he says, what do you bring to the table? And her answer is sex. Oh, you're just a gold digger. You want me for my money. You want me for what I can do for you. But bruh, that's all you want her for, correct? Because it's almost like he wants to make her feel worthless. That's the whole point, to make her feel like she's not worth anything. Because just like we can do anything a woman can do, a woman can do anything we can do. Remember World War II? When a lot of the men had to go to war, the women had to step out of the traditional women roles, and they did men's work. And well, I might add, they went and worked in those factories and they thrived. Then it was hard for them to step back into the traditional woman role after they had that taste of freedom. With that being said, they can say the same. They can ask the same thing. What do men bring to the table? Because all we are, a sperm to create humans that they can love and nurture without the help of a straight man and his toxic masculinity. It's the truth. Now, the retort to the attitude that modern women have, that's what it is. That question, is a retort to the attitude that the modern women have. Okay, like the women that ask, or the women that have all these qualifications in order for a man to be with her. He has to be this tall. He has to have a beard. He has to have tattoos. He has to be packing this in his underwear. He has to work here. He has to drive this. He has to be attracted to other women, but love only me. He has to want to be with me all the time, but he has to make six figures a year. He has to love me unconditionally and accept my flaws, even though I placed all these conditions on him and will call him out on his every flaw. See, men don't see the logic in that, women. We hear you, and some men are willing to meet the standards that you set, right? Okay, I gotta be this tall. I am this tall. I gotta have a beard. Okay, I got a beard. I gotta be packed. Okay, I'm working with a little bit of something. I got this kind of car, or I can get that kind of car. Women dig me, and I can do all this. I can meet those standards. But if that man in turn says to her, "Well, this is what I require," women lose it. How dare you expect anything of me other than what I am now? I've reached my peak, and you're lucky that I'm even having this conversation with the likes of you. And see, mothers prepare their sons for women like this by teaching them how to cook and clean house. Because my wife said to my sons, all of them, I want you to know how to cook. I want you to know how to clean up after yourself, because I don't want you to have to depend on a woman to do this for you. You won't go hungry. You won't live in a pigsty. Now, the ones that are on the internet spewing all this nonsense, they're either in relationships or married, but they make people nervous, and it's discouraging. Black women feel like black men who have these standards, who ask this question, what do you bring to the table? They only ask that because they want to be like white men. And I totally disagree. But to be honest with you, I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm just doing this because it's something that jumped out to me. That's what I see a lot of, especially on TikTok. I'm scrolling through. What do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? And the women are asking, or are saying, okay, what happens if the straight if the straight men are excluded from the child making process? If the women and the lesbian couples and the gay couples and the trans people figure out that we can do commerce with each other, Some have eggs, some have sperm. We can get together. I get some from you, and I give you something that you need, and I get something that I need, and we can create these children that we can raise in loving homes away from these men with this toxic masculinity, right? I don't have a dog in that fight. I have a woman, and I'm her man, right? And we have a system. She's a supporter. She's a nurturer. I am a protector and provider. Now, those are not the only roles that we have, but the thing is, we know them and we play them, and that's what it's all about. Find you someone that's on the same page that you're on, and all that, what you bring to the table. That's it. That the whole topic is just nonsense. Because how can a woman tell you, I got humility, and that sound pleasing to you on sight? What do you bring to the table? I got humility. You probably don't even know what that is. So, she wouldn't lead with that. So, and for a man, if she asks, you got to have this, you got to have that, and that man says, well, I'm ambitious. You can't see that straight away. He can't say that he is and hope you give him a chance. Those things, humility, ambition, those things are qualities that the other has to see in you. You can't lead with that. I have humility, or the man says, I'm ambitious. That's something that man or that woman has to conclude on their own after being around you and seeing you in action. So on sight, all a woman has is her beauty. On sight, all a man has are the trinkets, are the things. So there's no way you can answer that question on sight, because what you need are things, are the type of person you won't see on sight. You're not going to find a leader, a protector, a provider, a teacher. You're not going to meet that person on sight. He can't tell you that's who he is. You have to find out. So, how do you find out? Roll the dice. Take that shot in the dark. You might find out that the person that you're with is that protector, provider, leader, teacher. And men, you might find out that you're with that woman who has empathy, who's a nurturer, who's supportive, who has humility. She won't be able to tell you, not to where you believe it, and he won't be able to tell you, young lady, not to where you believe it. So the ones that are on the internet spewing all that nonsense, don't let all that discourage you, because that's all it's going to do. Get out there, get in the world, find you somebody, and get to know that person. If it's someone that you feel like you can grow with that person. And damn all the what you bring to the table talk. Find you somebody to love, get your own damn table. That's all I got for tonight. Thank you guys for listening. Until next time, peace.